Okay, but young man, hey, Blaze, listen to me. This is what you're doing, Blaze. Okay, remember, I keep telling you, I was before the internet. I saw this seduction community. I saw Ross Jeffries take NLP and mix it and call it speed seduction. I saw the double you're dating. I saw the mystery and all these other lying motherfuckers that went and stole from black people and switched it around and called it game and watered it down to make you book smart people understand.
I seen the picture of Mystery, the audacity.
Yes,
That man act like he's a
But wait a
man.
second, you got to give Mystery credit too, right? Like he's being congruent with his personality. There's only one Mystery out there. There are women that are into Mystery. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've lived with Mystery.
You're right about that.
I've traveled with Mystery. I've stayed in the same Airbnb with Mystery.
Okay, so if a guy's authentic self is that he's Eric von Markovic and he's
books, come on, guys, the motherfucker.
He was a magic dude. Then are you guys telling him to not be himself?
No, I want Mystery to be Mystery. I just know that.
So then Mystery.
I just know that Mystery.
No, here's the problem. Here's the problem. Mystery is mystery, but why you tell these young boys who are impressionable to paint your fingernails black?
I hope he didn't say that.
Yes.
I don't think any of us are telling guys to do
Mystery
that
always says try to wear one interesting item, but
God,
you should dress as whatever type you're trying to attract, you know.
That book came from somebody.
Oh, so that's what you got standing on the locker and waiting for a broad. That's what you got, like angling your shoulders to make sure she sees you. See, I caught on. You said that you want to stand a certain way, Blazy. Now I get it.
No.
This is where you got it from.
This is one example of many tactics. This is a non-verbal, indirect, low-risk tactic. If I'm standing in a group of people, a little tactic can be as simple as taking a little step forward, and now all of a sudden I pop out. I grab her attention. These little nuances women pick up on these.
Like
so let's talk about getting dudes results. Like I think we can argue about semantics and like peacocking and all that shit forever. It doesn't really matter when it comes. When it comes to actually getting dudes results, like what do you guys all think that we should actually teach men? Because that's the point of all.
I'm teaching most men to find you one woman that is into you, because most of these women cannot manage multiple women. I don't teach men to talk to have to manage multiple women because they don't have that in them. There's a select few of men that can manage multiple women and talk to multiple women. So I teach men how to love themselves.
Love themselves. That's it.
Create a program that's going to be successful for you in life.
Yes.
In life.
That's it.
And then involve her on your purpose to help you reach that goal.
Yeah, love yourself. And then at the end of the day, learn the value and worth of your name and learn the importance of who you are. And then one day, if you choose to want to push your legacy in your bloodline, you find someone worthy of your name, your sperm, and your
one woman. One woman.
That's it. And then when we're not telling, see, a lot of guys want more than one, but they can't even talk to one. And we're saying that, listen, so let's take the women out the equation. And let's work on yourself. We got to unlearn what we have learned. We got to throw away all that PUA jargon and bullshit that these fucking books and all that stupid shit has taught you. Learn how to love yourself, because the game at its root is unconditional love. So we're trying to teach people who don't like themselves to start to like themselves, to learn how to love themselves, and then have an unconditional love for themselves where they realize they're the prize. And once they can do that, their reality then changes, because then they go into the unknown versus staying in the reality that they're in, big guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say that I teach guys, well, one, to love themselves, like Stephen Fiddy saying, but also, you know, we always say that the game is not about women. And I think guys need to understand this, because when you make it about women, then you start to do things for women instead of for yourself. So I have the, you know, my way or the highway mentality when it comes to relationships and dealing with women, and only dealing with women who are in alignment with who you are and what you're about. So for example, you know, I always use this as an extreme example, but if I like skydiving and I only want to deal with women who like skydiving, I don't want a woman who doesn't like skydiving to start skydiving because of me or change what she wants because of me. I want a woman who already likes skydiving, and we're going to skydive together. But when I first talk to you and interact with you, you have to show me consistent cooperation so that we can actually make shit happen. So I don't do any I don't teach guys to do anything for women or to try to change themselves for women, or to basically, like, for example, I feel like a lot of things that guys do are things they don't want to do, to try to get women. So like, for example, like even something as simple as texting a woman and asking her how her day was. Like, if you don't give a shit about how her day was, don't text her how her day was, because you don't give a shit. And so this is where a lot of guys mess up on, is that a lot of things they do are things they don't give a shit about in order to attract or to get the woman. And then what happens is that they get these women who aren't really into them because they weren't into themselves in the first place, which is why they're chasing the woman down. Also, one last thing too is the reason why I teach finding women who cooperate consistently and also cooperate from the jump is because what you want to find is a woman who have high interest in you. A lot of times when women give you resistance, it's low interest or medium interest. And this is the thing that happens. The reason why you have a lot of guys who are in sexless marriages, the reason why you have guys who are in situations where their girlfriends are not sexually attracted to them or don't respect them, is because the same guy who's in a sexless marriage now, if you asked him, he probably wanted to hook up with his wife the first or second time they met, and she said, no, let's wait. No, we got to get to know each other. And then what he did was he submitted to what she wanted. So now that carried over into his relationship. So now he's having a sexless marriage because his wife was never sexually attracted to him, and he would have known that if he was actually direct with this woman, let the woman know what he wanted, and then have her follow him. But that's basically it.
Yeah, and again, I think the basic approach there, or the problem, which is, yeah, guys get into bad relationships, we can all agree on. My approach would just be, okay, hey, you become the most attractive version of yourself, and that's attractive to people, not just sexually to women, but also, hey, as a leader of men, as a good friend, as a strong person. And then you build a system that brings women into your life, whether that's cold approach, social circle, social media, dating apps, whatever method you want to use to bring women. And then you choose from a place of abundance so you do have a woman who's high interest. So again, I think we're all pretty much on the same page, which is masculine self-improvement. Unless, Eric, do you have something different to say?
Yeah, no, I would like to say what I teach guys. So I teach guys the full spectrum of the game: inner game, outer game, systematic game, technical game, natural game, direct game, indirect game. I teach them the building blocks of the game. I certainly will tell them how I prefer to run my game, generally speaking. And then I help them customize their own system. I don't teach them one system. My system, it's a super system, and you can create dozens of systems once you understand the building blocks of my super system. And if you want to, you can throw this notion of a system completely out the window. You can just learn the concepts and sort of dial the brightness down. Let it run as background noise. Let it just mildly color your experience. But I want to give guys a full understanding of the game, the different options out there, which you guys have a very definitive style of game. I will teach them that style of game, many different styles of game, how I prefer to do it. And then we come up with a customized game plan. And I like when guys have flexibility and adaptability to their systems as well. These are not hard and fast rules.
Compromise.
Yeah.
So let me ask you all this, because I don't think we've asked this. The word game. Yeah. Where do you think it originated from? I'm just asking.
So look, I don't want to disrespect the streets, okay? Because I know
I just want to know.
Game has deeper roots than the way I'm going to use it. For sake of the way I use it, which I use the term game all the time, and I get all this pushback from people. Oh, you're teaching guys to play games. No, I'm teaching guys game. To me, game in its simplest form is a man's ability to consistently attract romantic options, whether it's short-term or long-term. That's my definition of game.
No, what I'm saying is we're obviously we're historians on this chat. We're just we're data-based, we're scientific on here. Where did the origin of the word game come from? What do you guys think it came from?
I'm guessing it came from Pimps. Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So the word game comes from an area where people recognize, let's do these things in order to achieve this, right? So when you say, like, I think you just had a whole, because I think you got notes over there. I've been watching your eyes. I think you really have like a whole pen pad down there, place.
I was gonna take some notes.
Yeah, come on. I know you got some. I knew you had a folder.
Literally like a couple.
I knew you had a folder. And let me just say, I knew you had a folder But let me tell you, and no disrespect, brother.
I don't have a gingerbread house, though. Okay, I don't have a gingerbread house, so.
No, I fucking love gingerbread houses. I'm not even gonna lie. That's something I find fucking fun. And holy shit, if you want a great date for $20 where a girl comes to your house, I'm telling you guys, wait till next Christmas. Start like right after
matching pajamas and everything.
Like 7 different women built gingerbread houses with you. It's fucking
the matching pajamas. Yeah, let me just say this.
Global, yes, sir.
And the reason why is I want men to understand that I just respect the fact that we're at least trying to teach men not to be taken advantage of, right? And I hope that's what y'all are teaching, because the culture has created this super sensitive simp men that believe that pandering to women is the successful route to achieve whatever goal they have with women. And I've heard variants of what you guys are talking about, and I really believe that you're contributing to simp culture if you're showing men how to pander in any way to women. It has never been in a man's nature to submit or compromise. And I think this is where I give pushback. And I'm not saying like there's no disrespect to you as men. Like you guys do your thing. Yes, this is just my philosophy on your contributing to men like Travis Hunter.
So let me ask you this:
to men like Tyrese.
Yeah, let me ask you this really quick. Jordan, hold up.
Get what they want.
Hold on. Let me ask you this, man. So let's say we rewind the clock and we're back 1,000 years ago, and we're in some king's court or something like that, right? And there's 300 people in the room. There's a big banquet hall and everything. You're going to run the same style of game there. You're going to just walk up to random women and tell them like it is and tell them you want them. I actually think indirect game within the confines of civilization for the last several thousand years is more common than direct game.
Okay, so wait.
Be sort of socially vigilant of who's around us. Whose girl is that? Who's talking to who, right? We live in a social environment, a shared environment.
I don't care whose girl it is.
Right, but
look, what I'm saying is direct game is actually something that exists within this bubble of time where we live in cities with millions of people where we can churn and burn opportunities and it doesn't really matter.
But Blaze, I think the issue is that what I'm hearing is that you're talking about your actions based on society or other things versus you just wanting to do it that way. Like you understand what I'm saying? So it's one thing if you say, hey, I'm gonna go indirect because I just feel like it and I want to do that now. I'm gonna go direct. But what you're saying is you should do this because of these other factors.
Look, when I first got into
take a step back and go back into before we get into the indirect versus direct thing again, we should talk about the simping problem and pedestalizing women. That is the exact opposite of what we're trying to teach.
But y'all
no. I take serious issue with that because the point here is as a man, you choose what you want and you choose what is worth you. If what you want is abundance of women, then you have to look at how the world works and you have to adjust your behavior. Same way, if you want to make a bunch of money, well, you have to look at how the world works and you have to adjust your behavior. And it's totally fine if you want to say, hey, you know what? I want to make $50,000 or $60,000 a year, and I'm totally happy to do that because I'm not willing to compromise by working long hours or getting into a business which I don't enjoy. But to then turn around and say, okay, well, this is the only way to do things, and if you want to make millions of dollars a year, then you shouldn't adjust your behavior. That's false. You have to look at objective reality and what people, women especially, respond to, and you have to be willing to take the action.
Jordan, I gotta side.
Set your goal, and then you choose your actions based off of your goal.
Jordan, I gotta side with these guys on this one, man, because when a man walks through the world in a way that's congruent with his personality, he is behaving in a way that women want. Okay, so look, my game is not all pure calibration. It's not pure simping, pure calibration. No, you're right.
I take issue with the fact that this is simping. I'm not talking about simping at all. I don't think you should simp.
But what is this adjusting thing that because like, you know, if Kanye West adjusted, we'd have never known.
If you want to have For example, if you want to have multiple partners at the same time, you have to act differently than maybe the guy who wants
Why?
one partner.
No,
Why
you what? Says who?
Why you have to act different? Why you have to
Why?
Jordan, here's the problem. The problem is, Jordan, and you're missing the key thing. You don't want to keep bringing it up, Jordan, because I keep trying to. Since I've been telling you, you and I both know, Jordan, that these men that you're teaching, no matter what you're teaching, they're already set up to lose because regardless of which you tell them, they don't know how to communicate. And their communication is, what do you do?
We're teaching communication. I come from a sales and marketing background.
Okay,
my entire thing is persuasion.
But wait, why? Okay, why can't you be? Why do I have to try to? Okay, in the game, what I was taught when I was 9 is that if I'm trying to persuade somebody, I'm actually trying to manipulate them. Because if they don't want to be with me, who am I to try to change their mind? I've got to accept them for what they are. And if I try to impress them, kiss their ass, or try to do something, then
we're not kissing ass. That's not effective.
But what you're doing
is simping, because that's not effective.
But no, you're simping because you are.
You said adjusting. Adjusting right. Is simping.
Right, that's simping. You're saying that these guys go up to these women.
I'm saying you have to take the action that's congruent with what you want. So if you want multiple women, adjusting your behavior. If you just want to sit on your couch and never talk to a woman, that's not congruent with having multiple women. So you're adjusting your behavior to go get the woman by going out and trying to talk to her.
No, that's
what I'm saying. You have to choose how much is this all worth to me and what actions am I willing to take.
No, but Jordan, that's 2 different things. So what I'm saying is that what it sounds like you're saying, and this, correct me if I'm wrong. If I approach women, right? Are you saying that I have to approach women this way if I want multiple women and approach women that way if I want one woman? Like that's what it sounds like you're saying. You're saying you have to adjust.
Right, so I miscommunicated. That's on me. Yeah.
Okay,
so
that's what I thought you were saying.
You have to choose. Yeah. Sorry. So my bad, guys.
So
you have to choose what it is that you want, and then you take the appropriate action to get that. And
yes, I think